Hi everybody, this is Dr. Courtney from Bafeel Family Chiropractic, and today I am doing our spinal workshop on your wellness journey. I feel like wellness is a really nice topic to touch on now, especially with everything going on in the world right now at this moment, and how important the wellness is going to be for not only your care here in the office, but throughout your overall health and well-being. So, to get started, the U.S. population at a health disadvantage. An average per capita spending on healthcare in the United States is $9,403 as of 2014. Results of these adverse health outcomes are adverse birth outcomes, injuries and homicides, adolescent pregnancies and sexually transmitted diseases, HIV and AIDS, drug-related mortality, obesity and diabetes, and heart disease, as well as chronic lung disease. Sometimes the choices that are not equalized by our ability to have understanding to use them wisely. If I'm going to live on wellness and in my life be cared for in each time of sequence, its most ideal way, then there is a never-ending stream of numbers and choices and quality of options that you have during your wellness care. I want to review with you some data that we need to know to start out to weigh our options and our choices when dealing with your own wellness care. Some facts. 1 in 3 children in the United States are overweight or obese. Obesity prevalence among children and adolescents has almost tripled since the 1980s. Minimum recommended daily aerobic physical activity is about 30 minutes per each person. Average time spent daily on media, so things such as TV, computers, movies, phones, video games, is about 7.5 hours each day. The CDC, 1 in 5 to 1 in every 3 adults will be diabetic by the year 2050. Up to 95% of people who lose weight will most likely regain it just because they do not fully adapt the lifestyle changes that are needed to be taken in that step each time. When someone is obese, the odds of their close friends becoming obese triple to that matter as well. Next, we look at when you are at a doctor's office, something that might be lacking when you're in there trying to get help, trying to maintain your wellness, and trying to give yourself an overall well-being. Some doctors may lack some time, training, and interest in helping the patient stay well to the best of their ability. That is quoted from Dr. Alex Lickerman, a former director of primary care at the University of Chicago. So, some solutions that can be taken in the midst of your overall wellness and care is you can increase your lifespan by 14 years by not smoking, exercising on a regular basis, even if it's 10-15 minutes each and every day, just getting some air and some oxygen into your lungs, but also getting out there when it's nice and getting some vitamin D in sun on your skin. A little to no alcohol intake, 5 fruits and veggies servings each day. Also, a combined impact of health behaviors and mortality in men and women, the Epic Norfolk Prospective Population, and the Department of Public Health and Primary Care Institutes of the University of Cambridge School of Medicine stated that those were the best 4 primary steps to finding solutions to help within wellness care. Also, other solutions. Archives of Internal Medicine studied 23,000 people who adhere to 4 simple behaviors. So those are behaviors of not smoking, exercising, 3.5 hours total a week, even if it's just at 10 to 15 minutes a day, having a healthy diet, and maintaining your healthy weight. 93% of people in the United States show with diabetes, 81% show of heart attacks, 50% of stroke, and 38% of all cancers were prevented when patients and people adhere to these 4 simple behaviors. The wisdom of longevity. Lifetime care is not a choice. The only choice is the quality of lifetime care that you are going to engage, and behaviors are contagious. So there is no such thing as a choice, whether you want to exercise lifetime care or not. The only choice is the quality. of which the care that you choose. In all the time that you live your life, that's it. Lifetime care is really not a choice. So the challenge is, how do you behave? How do you know your behaviors are contagious? So think of it this way. Your kids are watching your behaviors all the time. Your doctors are watching your behaviors all the time. People, everybody around you, are watching your behaviors all the time. How wondrous would it be to live an examined life and to live life in public? That's why we know that all people with chronic illness that work in practices where there is community application of care, those patients get well faster and stay well longer, spend less amounts on health care, and when the breakdown and meltdown, they are down for lesser amounts of time, and so on and so forth. So, lifetime care is really not an option. It is such a great benefit to help you and not only yourself but your family live for a long, healthy life. So next we're going to take a look at your engagement spectrum. So this is your engagement spectrum. And if you look at it, you see the little facial features throughout the bottom of the screen. You see the you see me figure over here, and it moves all the way up into the moments when you're not just about me, in those moments of your awareness and your seeking, and then you're teachable. You also have your beliefs and your convictions at a higher level. It's important not to look at this and think if you're on the me side of the scale or you're bad. And if you're in the convictions area side of the scale, you're good. So it really is a nice place where you can examine yourself throughout your life, but also throughout your health and your wellness care as a whole. The wisdom of longevity. Understood and being informed, and understanding and information. So these are some really tough topics that people could get really confused upon. And when we have understanding, it really needs to work two ways. Sometimes feel the strength that I need to deal with the difficult issue. I need to feel understood by someone else. If you don't have understanding by your peers, you know that's what you guys have. That's what you guys have with each other here. You're a full room of people that know that and understand each other. That's why people come back to fraternal situations. So here's your high school reunion, and here's some ways people romanticize it. They understand me. It's really important for people to feel understood in order for them to be willing to open up to understand as well. If you don't feel understood, I might not be as enforced to go and be understanding. You can't give someone chickenpox if you don't have them. You can't give someone love if you've never experienced it on that personal level yourself. Sooner or later, someone has to make the break and extend it to someone. Others need to give you understanding, and then you need to seek to be understood, which is what we're doing here. If you're in this class, then you're seeking to understand more and grow more and be more informed with not only your health and well-being, but overall wellness care. So next we're going to take a look at a really important triangle here. It's almost like the nutrition triangle, but as you can see, it doesn't have your carbs, fruits, veggies, dairy, etc. So these are the needs of the human body. There is no element that human life needs more than electrical connection, right? The magic, you know, so that's the E at the top of our triangle here. The whole story from the movie Frankenstein was to capture the electricity out of the sky and harness it into the body of lifeless flesh that was laying on the table. It's electrical impulse, but we don't possess it. That's God's domain. And if you have it, you have a miracle. The question is, how adjusted are you to allow that miracle to work and communicate afferent and efferent signals in your body? The second most vital thing into our life is our oxygen. The third is going to be your liquid or fluids, such as water, and the ability to transport those things throughout all the entire tissues, throughout your entire body and system as a whole. And lastly, the choices of nutrients that you put in there. And then after that would be sleep and some exercise, some daily activities, some routine, some rest and relaxation as well to fit your triangle of your daily needs and your routine. So, to arrive at the specific health we need to stay well, there's no higher thing you can reach for to say, I want to be a healthier person. Anybody who wants to be a healthy person, the first thing you have to ask are you getting adjusted? If somebody claims they want to be healthy and they're not getting adjusted, they may have X amount of body fat. They may run a 7-minute mile, and they may brag about their ability with supplements and nutrients, but whether they want to receive it or not, they're missing the highest issue. So you have your adjustment, which brings on your connection, which brings on your communication to your entire body, which brings on your body's ability to coordinate itself with all the different systems throughout it to keep it strong and working at its highest possible potential. Is your spine, your brain and your spinal cord, adjusted for maximum connection between the brain and the body? The connection, again, then leads to the communication between all of your parts of your body. Once there's communication, then we have your full coordination in how everything works together. And when we work together, we have absolute healthiness. It all begins with your chiropractic adjustment. So again, your adjustments then bring on the brain and the body connection, which brings on the communication to the other systems of your body, which brings on your overall coordination to keep helping your body function at its 100% optimum potential, which gives us your optimal health. How common? Gallup. The Gallup poll, which was released in around 2015, confirmed the following statistics you see up here. Of these, the one I love to talk about most is the fact that 49% of United States American populations at any given time have been to a doctor of chiropractic. Utilization of chiropractic in America is 49%. You're talking about an alternative to tragedy care, something that you don't have to go through because your femur's sticking out of your leg, or you're spewing blood out and you have to get stitches. No one has to go to these doctors because they want to. People go to chiropractors because they choose to. They choose to feel better. They choose to be out of pain and discomfort. They choose to have their bodies functioning at optimum potential, releasing the nerve interference and having that full brain-body connection to the best of its possible ability. It's the higher choice in wanting to express life at its ideal best and live in wellness. And that's what people do when they choose to go to chiropractors. 35 million people in the United States have gone to a doctor of chiropractic within the last year, and 62 million Americans have gone to a doctor of chiropractic in the last 5 years. So, the benefits of your good choices. Just think of the amazing benefits that you receive when you go to the chiropractor. 50% less visits to the medical providers annually by doing these specific activities. Maintaining, obviously, your chiropractic adjustments, stretching and exercising, your aerobic exercises such as your cardio, strength training, dietary improvements, taking vitamins. Next, we're going to go to the spine journal. 87% patient satisfactory index. Chiropractic care can be found more effective and less costly. The Spine Journal and BMJ, when you do satisfaction indexes, you ask people who have been to different kind of doctors to take how they feel about their care. You don't see 87% of patient satisfaction indexes very often. Chiropractic care was found to be more cost-effective and less costly in terms of residual secondary and tertiary needs for care and in other forms of care. In fact, the way that the data was published in that chiropractic was found to cost less and be more effective than the medical doctor's care and the physical therapy care as well. There's no question that you're in the right place, being here, doing this, listening to this video. The question is, what are you doing about it? Every week we come to this place where we stop our life and sit and enter yours. We ask you how you're doing, how you're feeling, what's bothering you, how things have improved, maybe not improved the way that you like. Every week I do this hoping that one more spark, one more virtue of life, one more ignition of the life force and magic inside people is going to come to life. with not only your adjustments, but being able to connect with you on that personal level and being involved in your wellness care and your overall health and well-being. Somebody watching this video is going to do something different after getting all of this information. Somebody is going to get out there and act differently, even if it's adding that 10-15 minutes of activity into your day each and every day. Maybe if it's just the slightest change of lifestyle, maybe with nutrition, dietary improvements, just taking one thing out at a time, increasing your water intake, maybe increasing your rest, maybe even increasing the time that you take for yourself. How are you going to act differently to help provide yourself with better wellness care? Well, maybe things you should start to look in the mirror and say, shame on me for sitting in the chair tonight and not having someone else with me watching TV. What was I thinking? Maybe that's your thing. Maybe getting out of the chair and doing that little activity would help. Maybe your thing is that you finally have to tell one of your relatives to get checked. Maybe you know how vital chiropractic care has been for you and to you, and now you want to spread that joy and that happiness and that feeling that you have when you come into our office with each and every one of your friends and family members. I don't care if they get on our table and get adjusted. I don't care if they get adjusted on someone else's table. We just want them to get adjusted and have that full functioning ability and capacity that they will receive through their chiropractic adjustments. So, right now, in this chair, I know every one of you, unless you're sitting, at home and this is have the volume down, you understand things more. So, in closing, what I'm asking you guys to do right now is think of something that you learned from this wellness revolution. Something that maybe you'll implement more into your daily routine, into your normal everyday life. And write about it. Put about it on Facebook. Share it with a friend or family member. Call them up on the phone and tell them a little tidbit about something you learned. You never know what something you think, say, or do might affect the ones around you on a daily, continual basis. And I feel with right now, with everything going on in the world, we all need a little bit of wellness revolution. So I hope these little quick, easy tidbits have helped you find a way to help regain your wellness journey or to start your wellness journey. So with that being said, I hope you guys all picked up a little bit of something from our talk tonight. I hope everybody is staying well, and hopefully we can start to hold these spinal workshops back in the office sometime soon, so we can get to connect with all of you guys on a much deeper level. I hope this is your beginning to your wellness care, and I hope you guys all have a great night, and thanks for joining me on our spinal workshop talk tonight. Dr. Courtney from Befield Family Chiropractic, you guys have a great day and a nice night.